Today, we are talking about how you can collaborate with other rock stars and take your business to the next level, partnering with friends, with colleagues, even the rock stars you look up to. You can do it, because if you are wanting to get more visible, more leads, kind of kick your sales up to that next level, you don't want to do it alone. And you don't want to do it kind of the slow plodding way. It's part of why speaking is so powerful, right? Because it's one of you and you get to speak to many people. And the piece that we're going to talk about today helps you do that even faster. Okay, I definitely want to talk to you today about really expanding your reach. And this piece also is just fun. As you can tell, I want to have a good time with you while we're growing your business. So not only are you going to find business building partners, but you're going to make friends as well. There are people that I have known in this industry for a decade or longer. And some people I only know online. What's coming to mind right now is a gal named Rachel Mazer. Some of you may know her. She's the Clean Food Crush gal. We have never really partnered together. Her people don't need what I have. I often do tell people about her because my people might need what she has. But it's not a business partnership. It's a friendship. We're just online on Facebook. We're always cheering each other on. I think of Andrea Hess, who I met at a speaking opportunity. She's an amazing 7-figure leader. And we've been friends for about a decade now, or maybe a little shy of that. But again, we're just business buddies. You want to have business buddies that you can cheer on and they can cheer you on, lift you up and dust you off when you stumble, and cheer your biggest wins. And we also want you reaching out and creating those partnerships that will help you grow and be meeting new audiences. If you remember from day one, how many talks do you need? Let me know in the comments. How many talks do you need? Because there's such a huge delay, I cannot wait for your comments, or we'll be here all day. So it's a hint. It's one. You only need one singular sensation. Every little talk you give, ba-da-da-da-da-da, one. You only need one. Thank you, Marie. One talk to many audiences. Today, we're going to find those many audiences. Yes. You know what's so funny is I love rock music, but whenever I burst into song, in the midst of a training, it sounds like a show tune. That's a little weird. What are you going to do? All right. So in your workbooks for day 3, let's tune into this topic. A rising tide lifts all ships. If you know, my live event for many years has been called The Rise, and now there's many other rises. So we'll be changing the name this year. But I named my event The Rise because I help all of you rise up through speaking, and also because I believe so firmly in the rising tide lifts all ships. We want to do this together. It's how we can create a bunch of momentum for each other and have a ton of fun along the way. So isolation is the killer of a successful business, and visibility is its salvation. This is at the top of your workbook on day 3, or just put your pen to paper and jot it down. Isolation is the killer. Visibility is your salvation. And this is the truth. Somebody give me an amen in the comments, because this is gospel. The worst feeling, and really the worst thing you could do in your business, is isolate and not only feel alone, but really be alone in your business. It's a way to struggle and make everything harder, and it's just not necessary. So we're going to turn it around today and get lots of momentum going in your business. So the key to getting promotional support from other people, which is really our focus today, and you're also going to give it to them, by the way. That's why this is called Give and Get Gigs, because we don't just take, right? We also serve, and we serve first. So that's exactly why I named the series Give and Get Gigs. So we will not just be taking for people, we'll be serving them as well. But I do want you finding great promotional partners. And the key to that is serving first. And I've got a little allergies, so excuse my nose dabbing. We've got to serve first. Nobody wants a complete stranger or someone they don't know very well to come up to them and say, hey, give me something, right? So if someone has built a huge following, a nice big email list, and you just come up and say, hey, Will you send some emails and promote my webinar? It can feel not good on the receiving end of that, right? Because someone's coming up and saying, gimme, 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 without adding value first. So we definitely, and I'm going to share with you how you can add value first. We're going to come at this partnership and promotional concept with a big, generous spirit of service. If you're with me on that, give me some smiley faces or some confetti in the comments. Give me some good vibes. I know you're my peeps, right? I know you're getting this. So this is a different way of growing your business. We're not being self-serving. We're not saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. We're going to give first. Okay. So the key to reaching out to promotional partners, like the mindset key that you want to zero in on, is actually to be unattached to the outcome. Be unattached to the outcome, meaning as I get you reaching out to people today and this week and going forward, as we continue to work together, we want you always doing it with a very open mind and open spirit. We don't know what's going to come out of it, and that's okay. We're just going to connect and seek to serve. Awesome. So when you're going to speak to potential collaborators, a couple of things that you will want to think about, and you want to jot these down. So while we're going to be unattached, let's come up with some ideas so that you're not scrambling on a phone call with somebody or on a Zoom call with somebody when they say, well, what do you need? There's that awkward moment where you're like, I should have thought of something. Drinking so much water. Okay. So list building opportunities. If you need to grow your list, keep that in mind. List building, that might be number one for you. Maybe you're looking to do more speaking. Now, in a normal time, we would be looking for events and conferences. And actually, even now, you could be looking at them for next year. Even though we don't know if things will reopen this year, you could be booking opportunities for next year. It's never too soon, especially for those bigger events and conferences. So speaking at events and conferences could be on your list. Maybe you want to do a Facebook Live on somebody's business page to get more visible, or to their group of clients. You want to speak to their mastermind. You may want to get interviewed on somebody's podcast or somebody's YouTube show. This is not a finite list, right? But this is a pretty good list of like all the different things you might be thinking of, opportunities that you could be asking for when you're collaborating with people. So we had list building, we have speaking in person at conferences and events, we have speaking live on a Facebook page or inside of a Facebook group, speaking to someone's mastermind, being interviewed on a podcast or a YouTube show. All opportunities that you can get visible and generate leads and clients. So your goal right now is to think about which, like one or two of those would be your top priority right now based on your business goals. And if you're not sure at all, that's okay. Let Mama Kristen give you a hint. If you're not sure what to choose, I would think about, okay, list building, always a good idea to grow your subscribers, your fans, your potential clients. And then places where you could speak and actually maybe make an offer to sell your entry-level course, product, or program. Those are two really good goals. And I love how you guys are all saying hi to each other. I see lots of familiar faces. Hello, Jennifer White. I see Heather, Sue, Leanne, Rosa, Nicole, Belinda, Nancy, Marie, Willow. So good to see you all. Thanks so much for joining me. So again, if you're not sure, think about list building. So giving a free talk and giving away a free gift, or giving a free talk and selling an entry-level course, product, program, or service. Okay, those are two things that you could always have in mind as great opportunities to grow your business. Now, if you're on right now and your business is a little newer, or you're newer to online marketing and you think, I don't have a digital free gift to give away, Kristen, what do I do? Your gift could be that you put them into your Facebook group, and all you would need to do is do one Facebook Live, like I'm doing an example right now, right? We're going down a weird rabbit hole here. But you could go live in your group And then as soon as you're done going live, you click on the top right-hand side of that, and you'll see an option to add it to units. So you could make that unit 1, my amazing free gift. Done. Are you ready for this? I am the queen of finding a way how. There's always a way to get stuff done. So Facebook is one of the most amazing, powerful platforms, and they just keep adding stuff, right? Like amazing tools, and they're free. So using the exact same strategy I am giving or sharing with you, you can do for yourself. Have a Facebook group, put a little free training into unit number 1, and now you have a free gift that you can promote on podcasts, on TV shows, on YouTube shows, on Facebook Lives. Woo, woo. Hello, Ellie. I'm so glad this is helpful to you. Okay, so have your top 1 or 2 things, again, free gift, and then talk to a free gift, talk to your entry-level product or program. Those are 2 great things that will help you grow your business. So a good brainstorming exercise that you can do when we're done with today's live is to think of 10 potential promotional partners, collaborators, however you want to think. I think of them as collaborators, 10 people that you could reach out to where you think their audience would probably benefit from your product, program, topic. So 10 people who you think, you might not know for sure, but you think, you get a sense that their audience would vibe with your product, program, or topic. Now, I'm going to encourage you on your workbook, in your workbook, there's 10 places for you to think of 10 people. I would love, love, love if you want to be like a super A+ rock star implementer, that maybe that's 5 people that you know and 5 people you don't know. Because you can definitely be reaching out to people you've never spoken to before. So how can you do that? Like, how do you reach out to people you don't know? Okay, well, that's a really good question. And then how do you find those people? So a couple things before you reach out to people that you don't know. So for the 5 people you don't know, make sure, if you're not already, that you're following them, like you've liked their business page, that you're liking and commenting on posts, that you might even share their posts on your page or with a friend, or tag somebody under a Facebook post and say, hey, Kristen Thompson, check this out. I think you would really dig this. No, and I kind of previewed this at the end of yesterday's training. That is like one of the simplest ways to get on somebody else's radar. And I think people just honestly forget it. They forget how simple that is to do. But remember that we're all working hard. All of us are working hard to get our content visible, to get engagement, right? So if you do that for somebody else, you will be surprised how thankful they will be. Then when you reach out, you're not a total stranger. You're aware, like you've been in their orbit. Now, the one thing I want to layer on top of this is to make sure you're doing all of this with total sincerity and authenticity. So don't like find 100 people and like hire your assistant to click like on their posts, or, that's not what I'm suggesting. That's not going to build relationships. I'm saying like I would say follow your nose or follow your intuition. Who do you connect with? Where you think that's a cool, Molly Mahoney, like I think about her when I first saw her content coming up, I thought, oh, she's cool. Like our tribes would definitely dig each other a lot. And sure enough, we're literally figuring out how to collaborate right now. Super exciting. Adam Urbanski, Jay Fassett, Steve Olsher. These are all people that I've had the ability to partner with. And I knew ahead of time, their content would be useful to my tribe in most cases. And my content would be useful to their tribe. Like we should just get on the phone or get on a Zoom call, which is what I do, all Zoom calls, and like see what we can cook up. And again, that is my attitude when I'm reaching out to people. It's not, I want to know if you'll promote my stuff. Remember yesterday we talked about the me monster. We don't get booked when we're being a me monster. But if instead we say, hey, I kind of noticed that you have this great community. Your content is really cool. I get the sense that my community would love your stuff and your community might find my content helpful too. We should probably hop on a call and see what we can cook up. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yes, that is open. It's not gimme, gimme, gimme. And you're saying you're as interested in what they're doing as you think maybe they might be interested in what you're doing too. So we're being very subtle. We're not pressuring anybody, and it feels really comfortable on the receiving end. The reality is that every rock star in their industry, anyone who's highly successful, they are having these calls regularly. So sometimes I've had newer clients who come and coach with me be a little nervous and say like, aren't people going to think this is weird? And I say, well, only if they're new to business. Like the only person who would say, this is a bizarre request. Why do you want to speak to me about how we could play together? Anyone who's reacting that way is either just having a really bad day and something's happening, or they may be newer to business. But people who are successful, they get that collaborating, promoting each other, giving each other visibility is just a really smart way to grow their business. So they're going to be excited to hear from you. So again, we're really focused in on, hey, and there's a script which I'll share with you before we wrap up. So don't worry, brothers and sisters, I got you covered. I have a script for you. Woo woo. If you want that script, hit me with some $signs, by the way, in the comments. Should I give it to you? Don't know. Am I in the mood? We don't know. Of course we know. I already made the script and it's in your workbook. All of that was a big fat lie. Okay. Calm down, Kristen. I just get too excited when I get to talk to all of you. So how are you going to find these people? Kristen, where are the people? Where are the party people at? Okay, get your pen. Fire up your pen engine. And thank you, everybody who's giving me the $signs. I just do that selfishly because it just gets me juiced. It's like my little hit of adrenaline you're giving me right now, and I love it. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So where do we find our party people at? What I'm doing right now is a good example. Who's doing live streams? You know, you get those little notices on the corner of your phone or your laptop that said, so-and-so's going live. Go check out a couple minutes of someone's live or all of their live if they're good, and comment and smash the hearts and share it, right? See who else is doing lives and start keeping a list. So you can be super organized and make a little like Google spreadsheet, or just have a little notepad that you dedicate to that and start keeping track and writing down names. So people who are doing lives, people who are hosting giveaways. So we get all those emails, we see them being promoted on social media. Write down the host, write down the topic, and then be Kristen Thompson crafty, go into the giveaway and see all of the contributors. It's a gold mine. Woo! It's a gold mine. Oh, say it again. I got chills. I got so excited. So we can also do this for live events or now virtual live events, which are going to be more common through now and the end of the year. I always look at who are the sponsors of the event and who are the speakers of the event. Guess what? That's your leads list, baby. People you can connect with to say, hey, I noticed you're speaking at this event. I was looking at your website. I was looking at your Facebook feed. You're so awesome. I think that probably my people would really love your content. My content might, I always use mitigators when I'm talking about myself. My content might be a good fit for your community. Let's get on the phone and see what we can cook up. Maybe we could give each other some visibility. Are you feeling me? Yes. People who looked at your LinkedIn profile. Absolutely. You need to get an offer a wake up app. What? I don't know what that means. Okay. Thank you, Rosa. We liked you juiced. You guys are the best. Okay. So who's hosting a giveaway? Who's in the giveaway? Who's hosting a live or virtual event or conference? Who's sponsoring and speaking at that event? I also look at like who's just a cool leader. It might be someone you coach with, or it just could be someone that you admire. And then I look at who's in their mastermind. That's another great, like a lot of times people will say, oh, I love my mastermind. And they'll post a picture and tag everybody in it. Go spend a couple minutes on those people's pages. If someone is smart enough to invest in a mastermind. It means they're smart. It means they're driven. It means they're successful. It means they're playing big. It means they're serious. That's a good qualifier for a partner, people who obviously are serious and doing a good job growing their business. Inner mastermind, hosting a mastermind, people who are commenting on your stuff. By the way, your fans, your friends, pay attention to who's paying attention to you. I've got quarantine hair going. How does this go? There we go. Quarantine hair. I may have put a scissor to my hair this morning. might have cut my own hair. Let's not talk about it. And then clients and competitors. So clients are a great place to go to. Your clients could promote you, and they may also know of other people that you could connect with. And then competitors, meaning people who do the same thing you do. A lot of times we steer away from that. And in some cases you will want to, because not everybody is a generous, kind, and values-based partner. We'll put it that way. So you do want to be careful. But Justin Livingston comes to mind. You know, he helped me promote the Rock Your Talk launch along with a lot of other amazing rock stars. And he and his business partner, Callan Rush at the time, their business was similar to mine. It was like more workshop. Leading workshops was sort of the front leading talk that they gave. But in the end, it kind of came to like speaking and selling. It was pretty similar. You could say we were competitors, but we didn't feel that way about each other because we taught very different content and we had very different styles. Remember that people like to buy more than one product or program. People who come and work with me have often gone through other speakers' speaking programs. And that's okay. Like, we like to learn from different people at different times, and we resonate with different people at different times. So don't hesitate to go on another person's page or on their podcast or promote something of theirs, even if it's a similar topic, as long as you really genuinely like the person and trust the person. It can be really fun. I was on Dave Newman's podcast. He teaches speaking. He focuses more on live keynote speaking. I focus more on often online free speaking that sells your products and programs. We kind of Venn diagram meet in the middle. It's all good. We adore each other, and we had the best time giving each other visibility. I've interviewed him. He's interviewed you. You can be doing that too. So don't count out competitors. Just find the cool ones. The ones you actually enjoy. So lots of ideas as to where you could be finding people to reach out to and collaborate with. And the last tip on that is ask for referrals. So every conversation you have with a friend, with a colleague, with a competitor, any of these partner calls, then again, I'm going to give you a script on how to lead them, how to book them, and how to lead them. 2 goodies for today. How to literally, with a message to send people to connect, and then a template on how to lead the actual conversation and call with them. Woo, woo! So helpful. But when you do, sometimes the person won't be a good fit. Like, they'll say, I don't think that topic's really what my people need. That's okay. Say, okay, no problem. Do you have any other friends, colleagues, or clients that you think their audience would be a better fit? You never know. Sometimes the person you're talking to isn't the person, but they might know the person. They might know lots of people. They might know tons of people. So ask for referrals or connections. Again, you're not selling the person anything. You're not asking for a referral to someone you're going to try to sell your products and programs to. You're just saying, is there someone else that you would suggest I connect with whose audience might love this topic, might be helped by this topic? Super easy. Okay. Last few things before we wrap up, and then I'll share with you or just remind you of the templates in the back of your workbook. If you speak to 100 people offline, I think we touched on this on day 1, but I do want to make sure you're really clear. When the world reopens and you get to share your message offline, in person, IRL, human to human, you're going to be able to close somewhere between 20 and 40% of the room. That's a live in-person talk. That's what I teach my clients to do. That's what I have done for over a decade. Pretty consistently fall in that range. For myself, I'm usually 35 to 45%. My clients, again, 20 to 40%. So out of a room of 100 people, let's say you go to a conference and you get to speak to 100 people, obviously we can do that math. even if you're Kristen Thompson. That's 20 to 40 new clients. Now you understand why you can give one 1-hour talk and generate a month's or even a year's income, depending upon what your income is. When I got started, my income was about $30,000, and that's rounding up. It was like 20-something thousand dollars. And that was gross. That was before any expenses came out. So when I started speaking to bigger audiences, I was literally generating in an hour what I did the year before. And the crazy thing is I was not a different person, right? I wasn't any smarter. I wasn't any better. I just was finally getting out to like real audiences and real conferences and events, not only kind of going around in the local market. Do speak in your local market when it opens up. Go to the networking groups, go to the chambers, but also go to conferences, events, and workshops. They're extremely lucrative because they're filled with more high quality, qualified leads. It's not just like anybody who felt like wandering in that day. They've invested time and money. They are invested entrepreneurs. They're more successful entrepreneurs. So it's much more fun as a speaker to speak to that kind of more vetted audience. Okay. So in person, 20 to 40%, that's 20 to 40 clients with a room of 100. Online, it's going to be more like 10 to 20% of people live watching you. So if you have 100 people live on a webinar, you could close about 10 to 20 people between closing people live on the line. And then of course, online, you're kind of sending those email follow-ups. And so if you close 10 people live, you're probably going to get another 10 or more in your follow-up emails. So I wanted you to know those conversion numbers because I want you to see the power, even though you might go, like the online closing rate is smaller, and it is. Why is that? It's harder to hold people's attention online, right? We got bings and bongs and thises and that's coming up everywhere. People don't normally just get up and walk out of you when you're speaking live in person, but they might click off of you when you're online. Don't click off of me. You stay right here. So they can, right? They can click off. So it's okay though. Why? Because you didn't have to go anywhere that day, right? And you can continue. You can get 5 different people to promote one live stream. You can get 20 or 30 people to promote your webinar. You can get lots of people from all over the world and you can be at home. So you're not traveling, you're not extending extra energy, and you're able to close those clients. So online is totally worth it. My Rock Your Talk launch generated multiple 6 figures from people buying Rock Your Talk and people joining my group coaching program. A lot of people were asking to step up into the coaching program and we let them do that. So that was multiple 6 figures that really came from, about 2 weeks full of like free content and then some follow-up. Our live events in person generate, a little like upper mid 6 figures. And again, that's in person. So they're both very lucrative. And remember, online, again, less heavy lifting for you. And the more frequently you speak, the more money you make. So the key to expand your audience is to, and show your content to more, the key is, make a sentence, Kristen. The key is to expand your audience and speak to more people online. It doesn't mean be upset that the closing ratio is smaller. It means focus on expanding your audience so that you generate more business from it. Show your content to more people. And then the 2 ways that you can get more visible, attract more clients, and grow your business. Again, increase the frequency that you speak. So give your talk more often, or increase the audience size. So find people, promotional partners that have bigger communities. So you can speak frequently to smaller communities or less frequently to bigger communities. There's a path for everyone. Yeah. Okay, you guys, did we give you lots of good tips today? I want to make sure we wrap up and make points and send you off with a to-do. So your job today is to reach out to at least 5 people. In the back of your workbook, there is a couple of things. There is how to book a partner call, like a little message, basically. So if you open up the PDF on your computer, you can just copy that and then paste it and customize it. I do want you to customize it to yourself, your personality, and also to the other person. In addition to this little like reach out script, if you kind of look in that same area in the additional resources at the back of your workbook, there is a structure to how to lead the partner call. So once they say yes, you might be like, Home Alone face, right? What do I do? Don't sweat it. There's a format in there, and it's really, 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 really simple. All you do is, let me come back on screen. And do you guys like that I didn't hang up on you today? I mean, I started with no sound, but I didn't hang up on you in the middle. Kristen gets a gold star. The format is that they go first. You're going to ask them to tell you about their business, their needs, their goals. And the whole time you're going to be listening, like, what opportunities are here? How can I help this person? Can I share their message? Could I send some emails about their live stream? Could I connect them to other people I know? Remember, you might feel like a small fry. Sometimes we feel like that when we're on the phone or on a Zoom call with someone, pretty successful. But remember, again, you have a community. So you could say, well, I don't have a huge list, but I bet I could introduce you to 5 or 6 of my friends, and they could help promote your class too, or they could help promote your live stream too, or they could help you send out for your giveaway too. Remember all of the resources you have. You might know of a tool that would be helpful to them. You might know of an assistant, and maybe they need an assistant. So always keep your mind open for ways to serve, and don't discount all of the ways that you can serve people. So there's a very simple format that you're going to follow. It's in the back of the workbook. And again, it's just focused on letting that person share first, you figuring out how you can help them get what they want or they need. And then you're going to take your turn after. And then you're going to tell them a little bit about your business. And then you're going to tell them what I'm focusing on. Well, right now I'm focusing on list building. So I'm really looking to connect with people who might be willing to, have me on their Facebook page. I've got a great talk that I've just pulled together that helps people do this amazing thing and solve this big fat problem. And now you're back in your talk takeaways that we created yesterday. You see how this all builds on one another? If you have questions, by the way, that's what the Facebook group is for. So when I post this in there, feel free to ask questions here in the comment section. We will keep the gifts flowing your way. We'll keep the bonuses and scripts and templates flowing your way so that you can continue to get very visible online, have a ton of fun doing it. Do it with a spirit of service, a generous spirit, so that you're working with people you love, you're collaborating with people that you love, and you're attracting amazing, happy paying clients along the way.